Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and I am super happy to be back with my July 2021 favorites. A little bit overdue, but I am excited to share with you guys what I loved in July, which was actually a ton of stuff. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. I'm going to start off with a non-physical favorite, but I'll try to put some photos in. I was lucky enough to go to Universal 2 times in July, once with some family members and once with a friend, and it was a ton of fun to be back. As many of you guys might remember, I am an annual pass holder to Universal, and I don't go a ton because obviously we're still in a pandemic, but once I've been home for a bit and feel comfortable, feel like it's going to be a lighter day, I do try to make it and venture out over there to Universal and check it out. Next up, a new segment I want to do on my favorites is actually a favorite pin of the month. Now, I don't typically swap out my pins monthly, but I did swap them out recently and I have some new ones, but I wanted to share one that's from a company called Occasionalish, which I will have linked down below. I'll have all of these items linked over on my blog as well, but it's this adorable little pin, and I'll do a close-up of it for you in a moment, but it's actually a moving pin, so it has this hinge piece, which I think is super cute. So let me do a close-up here for you guys. Now, it is very shiny, but it's this adorable little suitcase with these like a rainbow, a sun, and a moon. And when you open the suitcase, you can see what's inside. So you have a camera, your clothes. I don't know who packs like this, but it is a super duper cute pin. And of course, as you guys know, I adore travel and can't wait to travel again. So I'm super excited to have this pin to take on those travels with me, wherever it may be. And I really love this adorable little pin. And again, I'll have Occasionalish link down below if you guys are interested in checking out their pins and all the other things they make, because their beautiful design work is amazing. And then moving on to a crafty favorite. You guys might remember this from July, but I did get back into stamping in July. So I picked out one of the stamp sets that, one, I hadn't used in a long time, but absolutely fell in love with during the month of July. And that is this one from Concord and Ninth, which is all the letters solid stamp. Now, it is like one of those tall, skinny alphabets, which I think is so versatile to fit on so many types of pages, whether it is 12 by 12, whether it is a 6 by 8 or a traveler's notebook even. I just think it is so versatile to have something like this. And there's a lot of companies now that make stickers like this because it is such a versatile style font to have that tall, skinny, to give it a bold look, and also to make sure a lot of letters can fit on a page. But I really enjoyed this stamp set, and I hope you guys did enjoy seeing me using it, because obviously you guys have alphabet stamp sets, I have alphabet stamp sets, and any inspiration to use them is good stuff. Moving on to a non-crafty favorite. I actually have been addicted to this for some time, so I'm excited to finally show it to you, but it is everything but the bagel seasoning. Now, this one is from Trader Joe's, but pro tip, it is also at Aldi. It's at other retailers as well, so just be on the lookout at your favorite grocer or store to see if they have it, because the Trader Joe's one is a tiny bit expensive comparatively to Aldi, at least in my area. But essentially what I do is I don't like a lot of everything bagels. I find myself being very picky with them. Some of them taste too herby, some of them taste different, but I use this on plain bagels to make the perfect everything bagel. So I just use it sort of as a topping, similar to like how people use cream cheese or butter. I put this on it. So I create my own everything bagels, which is a little bit crazy because obviously they do exist out there already, but that's what I use mine for. I know people use this on salads, on sandwiches, on their eggs, everything in between. Absolutely love it. And if you haven't heard it before, it is essentially just a little seasoning mix that has, you know, garlic, onion, everything that's on an everything bagel, but in a jar. So you have the salt, you have the sesame seeds, the black sesame seeds, and again, you can put this on anything. So that's what's amazing about it. Moving back into crafty favorites, I did have to pull in the sticker book of champions as of late. This is the Dear Lizzie sticker book that I have been adoring. I used it again this month into August, and I think it'll probably stick around into September. We're making some headway with it, which, to be honest, I didn't expect to make this much progress in the sticker book so far, but it's definitely been a lot of fun to use, and it's definitely been like an interesting color scheme because there's two essentially collections in here that are used by, that coordinate with Dear Lizzie's collections. So you can see some pages are more well loved than others, but I don't own these collections from Dear Lizzie, so this is just me using them to pair with my stash. But I did get this on a good clearance deal from Tuesday Morning a year or two 2 or 3 years ago, I don't even know now, but I finally opened it back up, even though I wanted to finish a sticker book before I opened a new one, but I actually gifted one away to my niece, so that means my inventory sort of opened up for a new one. So I had a little loophole there, and I took it, and I'm really happy that I have this to now work with. And then before I move into my last crafty favorite, I have some more non-favorites to share with you guys, one of which is my favorite YouTuber of the month, and I've talked about them before, but I'm again obsessed with Kara and Nate. They are a traveling couple that have a van, but they've also managed to go internationally as well. So getting that little bit of taste of travel through them has been really, really fun. But like I said, they do currently have a van in the US, and they've been doing some super fun things even into August. So definitely check them out. I'll have them linked down below if you guys are interested. But again, if you are a travel bug like me and you aren't currently traveling because of restrictions, work, whatever it may be, definitely check out their channel link down below, because they take the guesswork of even thinking about traveling right now and they just go do it. So they just did a fun canoeing trip for 6 days, and it was definitely interesting to see. I've never wanted to do a canoe trip, but like somehow I now want to, even though it looks like a lot of work. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. And then back to a non-crafty, physical favorite, my favorite color of the month. July was definitely a fun month, and I think my favorite color, it was a battle, but I think yellow made it to the top. I did a ton of yellow in my scrapbooking. I did a ton of yellow in my outfits, in my life choices. I found myself buying like yellow clothes back then. I just have been gravitating towards yellow, and that continued into August, and I think it will continue into September. Just looking at my next kit. Little heads up, if you want to see a sneak peek, check out my Patreon, which will be linked down below, where I've already shared a bit of what my kit will look like for September. So if you're always interested in seeing what I'm up to behind the scenes, Patreon is where it's at. And then, of course, back to my crafty favorites. This one's an obvious one because I started it in the month of July, and that is this little album right here. And you guys might remember that this is actually my favorites album. So this is the album I picked out. It's just a Project Life 6x8. I think this is like a Ladybug polka dot or something similar to that. It's very hard to find these nowadays, so I'm glad I stockpiled when they were on clearance at random places, but I'll have some options linked down below in case you guys are interested in starting a 6x8 album. Now, I do only have the one insert in there right now, because that's the only one I did in July. The other ones I've done in August, but I do have more to add, so that's super exciting. But I'm really excited to have a new project to work on that's something a little bit different, and then I can literally scrapbook anything I want, which normally you can too, but you want to tell like a bunch of stories, whereas here I can really focus in on a specific story for me, which I think is super fun and fantastic. But those were my favorites this month. I think that there's definitely more to be found. I definitely loved a lot of things in July, but coming up late here, I wanted to make sure I got a video up for you guys so you guys knew what was on my mind for July. August will have a ton of good favorites too, so you'll see that video in a few weeks. But I'm super duper excited to be able to share like things like this with you guys, because it's important for us to sort of chat about what we like and what we don't like about crafting and non-crafting, so we can sort of have this nice community where we all come together and talk about that and just find new things that make us happy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this monthly favorites video. As usually, I do talk about my empties this month, but since it's been so long since July, I only had one empty, and I did already recycle the packaging. So I don't have it anymore, but I did finish a puffy sticker set, which is actually on this favorites page. So I do have this from the empties last month, and hopefully I'll have some more empties in August, fingers crossed, as we near the end here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this favorites video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and check out over on the blog to see where you can get these products or similar products, because some of them are a bit older, but some of them are new and ready to be found and loved in your home as well. But make sure you leave me a comment down below with what you loved this month, crafting, non-crafty. I just love to hear all about it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!